down. We'll see if we can manage that at the end of this. So, yeah, not everyone at once. Start thinking about what you want to get out of this. Right here, what's the reason? Come on, we need to make a list.
How to achieve success?
How to achieve success, right, okay. That's very deep. Okay. Okay, that's first. What's second?
Get inspired.
Get inspired, right, okay. Inspired to do what? Okay.
What choices to make after university?
Okay.
The idea of influencers.
Okay.
Social media, but I also like the idea of selling a product.
Okay.
Or a service.
So both services and products, right? Okay. Okay. What else? We've got 4. And we've got 1 that's dying. We have it. Right. What else we've got?
How to stand out from the crowd.
How to stand out from the crowd. Okay. That's a good one. I like that one. What else? Okay. I like this. Okay. I think at some point throughout this, we're going to have a little groups forming. I think Adam had this magnificent idea last night when we were debating this, to divide you into some sort of groups to see what sort of other ideas, probably within that, you can come up with and you can achieve, and you can sort of start thinking about other things. Also, have you got those questions somewhere written? Yeah, those groups, right, okay. I don't know, I mean, there is obviously a lot of different places that you would rather be today than someone here. And so am I, because the reason why I'm saying this is because today's my birthday. I'm just turned 36. I've got a cake here as well. So you've got a compulsory piece of cake before you leave. You cannot leave without a piece of cake. So that's to start off with. So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather be somewhere else, but I'm still here. So please appreciate that. Thank you so much. I just turned 36, which means that I'm old. It means that I'm finished. I'm nearly dead, practically, if you think of you know, how old or how young you are. And probably one of the reasons why I'm standing here and not sitting there and you're not standing here is because I'm old and I'm 36 and I've done so many different things in life. And I tried to do a bit of that today, to sort of share some of that, some of the other ideas that I had in my head, maybe with help of technology, maybe not, we'll see. Okay. Are you all studying at university? Are you all students? Are you all part of a course? Who is it? Yay! James at the back. Right, okay. So, why are you doing that? Why are you at university? Because your parents told you so? Because you had too much money and you didn't know how to spend it, so you decided to spend it on university? Because you think you're going to get a job after university? Like, why are you here? Why are you at university?
We want to become knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable, right, okay. Have you heard of this thing called the internet? It's most likely there is everything you're going to learn, not only today, but probably throughout the next 2, 3, 5 years in your life. You can probably buy a course, or you can pay someone to teach you all of that. Probably for a lot less than $9 grand a year, or whatever you... Okay, so there must be other reason why you're here rather than just getting knowledge, because you can get that knowledge from, I don't know, YouTube, I mean anywhere, right? And you can pay to be part of a seminar, you can be part of groups. Okay, so what else? What else? Knowledge is, yeah, okay.
Student experience.
Experience, student experience. Okay. You mean like drinking, partying, and sort of that? But why do you need uni for that? You can just come in and just join, I don't know, a club and, you know, go out partying without being part of uni, right? You can just meet all those fantastic young people on. I think, and I'd rather sort of hope that one of the reasons why you're here at university is that you want to get a job. right? A better job, a fantastic job. But I think the problem with that is I couldn't care less as an employer whether you've got a degree or not. And unless you're a lawyer, unless you're going through medical school, like my lovely wife there, part of this uni, 5 years you were here. Unless you're getting a degree like that, if you want to do a social media, do you need a degree of social media to do that? If you want to sell products, do you need a degree to sell products? If you want to sell service, do you need a degree to sell service? So we're going to be thinking about that as well today. It was probably 10 years of his life to tell you that you don't need a degree, you don't need to be here in order to progress in life. Anything that you want to do in life, whether you want to be insurance guy, like Gregor's at the back, he didn't learn this at university. He probably graduated university with some degree of some sort, and then he decided, oh, I want to be a broker, I want to be someone else, and then he taught himself, or he went to another school or another kind of a course for 6 months, for a year, or whatever else, to actually get in there. So the university didn't give him any of that. You know, I've done 2 degrees. One was, I don't want to think about it, how old I am, but one was in marketing and management. So I've done a master's degree for 5 years, and then I've done another 3-4 years of Master of Business Administration in Manchester. And none of those degrees helped me with anything in life. So it's rather sad that I spend all of that time and all of that money to do that. And we have to think about this beyond university. University is just a step that I would rather you to finish as soon as possible and start living the real life. This what you've got here and all of that and the 9 grand that you're paying every year, it's a system that keeps you going for another 3 years. It's kind of allows you to be still protected from the outside world. But as soon as those 3 years or however long you're doing your degree for finishes, all of a sudden you're going to be thinking, oh, now what do I do? How do I get a job? What do I do? How do I sell that product? How do I sell the business? Start thinking about it now. You don't need university to tell you that. Wow. And part of my team, Paula, Paula, wave your hand. Yay! That's Paula. Paula is member of my team, and what we've done for my team, there is another videographer that is not here. Adam's going to join in my team as well. What we're going to do for my team is we're going to do this, which is personality test. It's called DISC. There's so many different ones. But because whenever you're going to apply for a job, most places these days do that. You've got 2-1, or you've got first, you've got these, you failed some exams, who cares? What matters is this. How many people do you know? How many people trust you? How many people want to talk to you? How many people you talk to? Because I know we had a chat with Adam, or this poor guy, I use him as an example. He was trying to get a job, and we were kind of debating. So he came to me and said, well, how do I get it? You know, how many CVs can I send? How many CVs you've sent at that time, you remember?
Like 200.
200, and how many responses you had?
None.
Right, why is that? He's a lovely chap, look, he's handsome, maybe, I don't know, but he's a good looking guy. He could sell, probably, he can organise events, so why would no one give him even a response for CV, for his CV? Why do you think that is? Why he couldn't even get a job as a part-time bartender somewhere, I don't know, coffee maker, anyone, like what?
Yeah, Victoria White.
Oh, come on, I don't know. He didn't know anyone. He went, situation, and I'm sure this never happened to you, but you're walking into a place and you say, well, can I leave a CV? And the person who picks that CV, yeah, just put on that pound there, that pound, yeah, that, next to the bin, yeah, that pound, yeah, that one there. And you go in there, put this CV there, hoping and wishing that everything's going to, go well, and you're going to get a job. And what did we say instead we should do?
Tricky question.
Tricky question. We kind of decided to start thinking and doing and building some relationships. There were some groups on Facebook, right, that we found that because you desperately wanted any job, a job, anything that can help you. And we sort of found a group that helps people in hospitality industry. I think there is something like that, right? And you have to be invited to that group, you cannot just join it, right? Or something like that, I don't know. But in that group, I think Paula is part of that group. So we logged in as her, or she logged in as, yeah, she logged in, we didn't log in. And we sort of looked into that group, and we saw that there's literally advertising every day for bartender, for you know, whatever, coffee making people, for any jobs that you can think of, right? Yet those jobs were not advertised anywhere else. You were only able to get that job if you're part of that group. If you build a relationship within that group with someone who then can actually say to you, oh, I know a guy who can actually, you know, do that job. You know, let me just send that over your way. And you probably, if you were recommended, you wouldn't even need to have a CV, which is very intriguing. People think it's all about CV. We as employers could care less. It's what you can do. Who do you know? Have you come to me if I'm looking for, I don't know, a writer, a copywriter, right? Someone who can write text for my blog and for whatever else we do. And then you send me a CV and say, oh, I'm English skills, whatever, the best. Like anyone else, right? But if you came to me from a recommendation or from someone else to say, hey, that guy is good, hire him. No, of course, yes, no problem. So build relationships now, okay? What else have we? That money doesn't matter to them. Yeah, it doesn't matter until it does. In a sense that this is the most important thing in life. If you think that there is anything else, I don't think of any other cliche that you may think that comes to your mind, health and, you know, good wife and whatever else you've got, doesn't really matter. Money is the most important thing in life because without money, you cannot achieve anything else. If you struggle with money, you won't be able to pay rent, you won't be able to go away, you won't be able to relax, you won't be able to... every night and every morning, I wake up thinking what else I haven't achieved last night, or what else I haven't had time to do last night, or the day before, or the week before, or the month before. And it obviously ties in nicely with me being 36 and coming to some sort of conclusions in life. But you've got this. This is the most important assets in your life. At the moment, you've got plenty of it. If you come to me and say, I want to work for you, I say, yeah, well, whatever. Then you say, well, let me just do this for you for free for 2 days. Let me just write a few blogs for you. A couple, just to see how it is. What do you think I'm going to say? Yes, of course. Try and see, we'll try you. Because you can exchange your time for that. Meaning, you come to me, give away your time, give away your skills. We test on you. If you're right, if you're good, then we start talking about hiring you. And I'm just about to, well, Adam is now part of the team. And how he got there was by doing exactly that. We sat down one day, we said, okay, what can you do? He said, well, I can do this, that. I gave him tasks, a list of however many. I said, okay, how many of those tasks can you complete? He completed some of them. But that was a very good start. And we said, okay, we are onto something here. We are looking into, okay, maybe we should employ him. Maybe we should, and now we're doing this trial for a few weeks. We'll see what happens. The tasks are getting more complicated and more difficult, but they're achievable. But now he's getting paid for this. So that's intriguing. You know, it's from not getting paid to getting paid. That route is very, very quick. This is that lady's profile there. She escaped. But how I got a job is very similar to how Adam got a job at Men's Finest. When Paula was still in Poland, well, I approached her, I found her somewhere on the internet. And I said to her that I need someone who can kind of run my Instagram. And I looked at her Instagram and I really liked what I saw there. And I said, okay, why don't we just do it that you run my Instagram, I'll pay you some money and you're going to be fine. And then she said those miracle words that she said, well, let me just do that for free for you for the next 3 months. See what happens, see how we feel, see what it's like. What do you think I said? do it, yeah, it's fine, no problem. And she's been posting every day, she's been engaging with people, we grew the community, we're doing really well on Instagram, and that's everything because of her. So what do you think happened to her? I obviously hired her. She came, I dragged her over from Poland to the UK, and now she, the consequences of it. But that's how it is, that's how you get a job. Next slide. As I said, I haven't got time. I haven't got time to sit down and read a book. This is wasted. If I've got time to sit down, I can do all the things. But if I'm moving somewhere, then I read books, or then I listen to them. And I highly encourage you to start to be thinking about this, because it's not, the books kind of can come to you rather than you have to allocate 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon to read any books, you know, any entrepreneurship, any books like that. So listen to them, it's a lot quicker. And you can do like 2x, so someone speaks to you twice the speed that you can actually read, so that's pretty cool. This is super important. You have to have an expertise in something. If I would ask you about one skill that you've got right now, what are you good at? Anyone? Whoever is good at, you must be good at something. Design, I don't know, Instagram, I don't know. What are you good at? What is? Sports. Right, well, okay. What kind of, what is it? Volleyball, right, okay. How can we make money of that? Okay, oh Jesus, okay. That's the furthest down on my list, but that's okay, that's one of the things. Why I'm saying this? Because from being a uni partially amateur player to go to the professional and start making serious money, it's not like football. Football you can start making big money in probably 4th, 5th league in the UK, in England, right? Volleyball, you have to be like probably professional, probably Premier League to get any sort of serious money, right? So to get from where you are to be Premier League player, that takes lots of knee hurts and lots of operations and lots of probably other things that you have to have, right? But I'm thinking of something else. Straight away into volleyball, okay? I'm thinking, my mind is straight away thinking, okay, could you give lessons, you know? Could you teach kids? Could you create content around volleyball that people can pay for? You know, I'm thinking already on, professional player is one thing, but I'm thinking, what else can we do that I can give you money for? You know, so I always want to be volleyball, but I never, can you teach me volleyball? You know, can I pay you for that? Like, you know, before you know, all of a sudden you can have a Facebook group say, I can teach anyone volleyball or something like that, and you know, £5 to join, and like, there is so many things you can do with this skill if you have got it, right? So that's what I'm thinking, that if you've got a skill, you have to start thinking about it. What else? I remember a friend of mine keeps saying that to me. I keep saying that to everyone. How can I give you my money? What is that you do that I need? How can I pay you for what I can pay you for? And that's what you have to figure out. If you've got a skill, that's volleyball, excellent. How do people give you money? What is the thing? Can you sell volleyball balls with your logo and name on it? I don't know, glow, I don't know what else, pads? Can you sell that? You know, you see where I'm going with this. Anything that all of a sudden you become this brand. How do you become the brand? Well, you post content, you engage with everyone. Everyone is sort of, I've seen that girl. She's at uni, everyone at the uni, like everyone at the uni should know that you play volleyball and that you've got a brand called, what's your name?
It's Claudia.
Good?
Claudia.
Claudia. So I would say, Claudia Volley or something like that, I don't know, whatever the brand is. And everyone that plays in the club knows, oh yeah, we should be using her balls, not ours, because, you know, it's very easy to sort of convert that in today's world. Going back to your question, how to start a business, it's so easy. You can go to Alibaba.com and you can find a supplier of the best, even the best volleyballs manufactured in China. You can probably white label them for £3 a bottle, like anything, right? You have to start thinking about how to get there, how to monetize this skill. What else can I pay you for? There must be something that you do that I, as an employer, could actually give you money for. How can I monetize this? Well, I've been thinking about organising a VIP events for my clients, maybe here in Liverpool, maybe somewhere in the world, maybe in London, maybe that I can get someone to organise that for me, invite the guests, organise the venue, think about prizes, think about what else can we do, maybe think of what else can we as a business get from it. Well, we've got a guy, he's going to be organising that. Job's done, right? I don't have to do it. So, what else can I pay you for? What are you got? You must be.
Economics.
Economist, right. So, that means creating wealth, or does that mean accountancy? Like figuring out...
Impact of Brexit, let's say.
Okay. Okay.
In some abstract terms.
But you're interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you can have that as well. This doesn't work. Right, okay. So, how can you monetize this? How can I pay you for this? How a business can pay you for that? How many experts are there of you talking about this right now? Some of them, can you open a discussion? Can you organize a Facebook group to join the discussion? Can you organize a room like this with Adam, because he's good at organizing events apparently? Can you organize a room like this with all the experts, all the professors, all the doctors, or whoever is here, and have monthly debate on Brexit? What's going to happen, do you think? That girl, yeah, she's good at Brexit. Yeah, right. We're actually doing a study, and then before you know, RBS Bank is going to come to you and you say, hey, listen, can you help us? We have to commission a £5,000 report on the Brexit impact on Liverpool. Who do you think they're going to go to? Oh, there's that girl. There's that girl. She organised that. Let's come to see her. Like, think about what else can you do. If you've got a skill and you're passionate about it, what else can you do? Do you think the professor's going to come here and going to join this group and want to join the debate, and you give them biscuits and you give them tea? They're going to spend 3 hours debating this, right? You're going to be facilitator. You're going to say, Professor X, stop now, Professor X. All of a sudden you go, okay, all right, she says that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right, so that's not a good skill. I would think about that heavily, what we can be smart and how to dress nicely. So we were thinking, and actually, we were trying to recruit someone to kind of create our Instagram stories, our Instagram posts. So we were putting a job on a site called Upwork, where we were looking for a talent to actually do basically Instagram stories for us. And we couldn't find anyone that we liked. And it was just so sad. We ended up doing that kind of internally. Parsha, the videographer, is doing that. We still haven't filled that need. If I had someone who can create Instagram stories, beautiful, nice, engaging, you know, I haven't got time to check what Aldi is doing or what other brands are doing, what Adidas is doing. Maybe they're doing something nice that we don't do. I haven't got time for that. You would have to be the expert of this. We found this app that actually does that, called Shaker, whatever it is. But it is intriguing. This is the app that makes Insta stories. Right? You put some videos together, you put some pictures together, and it makes a beautiful story for you. I could not find one person that is expert in this on Upwork, which is the biggest freelancer site in the world. If that's not a way to make money for you as a student, I don't know what is. Like, if you haven't got a skill and you think, well, I'm kind of spending time on my phone anyhow, may as well just make some money out of it. You master this. You go to the business, like us, and you say, hey, listen, for £2, I'll make a story for you. And we're going to be making 5 stories a day, every day. And we're going to be engaging with your audience. We're going to be trying to figure out the best stories for your business. Would you be open to that? What do you think I would say? Let's try it. Let's try it for 2 weeks. Let's try it for a week. Do that for free for us for a week. We'll see what happens. Maybe we're not going to like each other, and that's also going to be okay. But maybe, most likely, we actually are going to start paying you for that. There is countless opportunities.